So last year, the NFC North, I'm gonna give y'all the standings from last year. We had two NFC North teams fighting for first place at the last game of the season. We had the Lions at first, being at 15-2, Vikings second, 14-3, Packers third with 11-6, and Bears, AJ's pick from last year to win the North, 5-12. All right. So you could have got me with the ALC, but you didn't do it. All right. So, AJ, whatever order you want to do it, who you got winning the NFC North and what's your order?
So yeah, I let you slide. I let you slide with the with the AFC. I should have, and I shouldn't have, but I'll let you slide. I'll let you slide.
I picked the Raiders, but you ain't. You did that.
Facts, facts. First off, before we move on, I do want to address this comment because Wings the Camper wasn't here last episode or for the panel. So I do want to. If AJ Brown is healthy, we beat the Bucks. Okay, that's all I got to say. If he's healthy and available, I'm not worried about that game. They only beat us when our guys are not available. If we're banged up going into that game, it's probably an L. But if we healthy, we're gonna get them boys up out of there. All right. Now we're gonna talk about the Eagles shortly anyway. NFC North again, Joe. I'm gonna go from the bottom to the top. And honestly, bro, I was having a debate with my guy Ted. Shout out to him. He put something on his TikTok. He said, "What's the hardest division in football right now?" I mean, you got the NFC North, right? You got the NFC East. She brought up the what is that? The AFC North with the Bengals and the Ravens and all of them, right? And I'm like, man, I think it's the NFC East because, you got the champs in there. You got a team that was just in the NFC Championship in there. You got Cowboys, for the most part, are a perennial playoff team. I know they missed last year, but for the most part, they're normally in it. And then you got a Giants team that just got a veteran quarterback. And, they got a defensive front that can get to the passer. Like, I think that's the hardest division. Man, I'm going through the NFC North trying to rank these teams. Boy, it's a struggle. It's a struggle. So without further ado, from the bottom to the top, I hate to say this because it's my starting fantasy quarterback. I got the Packers coming in at 4.
Okay.
I got the Packers coming in at 4, and it's mainly because of the fact that they got a boatload of injuries to start the season. The problem with the Packers is, in my opinion, they don't have a bona fide number one receiver. They don't have a bona fide number one guy. Now, maybe Matthew Golden can come along and be that guy. But as of now, they don't have a bona fide number one guy. And I'm looking at the injuries right now. Reed is out. Wicks is out. Williams is out. Obviously, Christian Watson is out. Like, those are your best receivers right there. You're heavily dependent on Josh Jacobs, right? Romeo Doubs is available. But you're heavily dependent on, Josh Jacobs, Dobbs, and Golden. You got nobody else to really throw the football to right now. So I'm looking at that. I just see the Packers getting off to a slow start. And in this division where, as you know, Joe, they rack up wins real quick. The Lions are competitive. The Vikings are competitive. And we'll get to the Bears in a second. I just feel like in this division, you have to start and finish strong in order to finish high. Like last season, we had, 2 teams in the division with 14-plus wins. Or one was 14-3. The other one was 15-2 last year. Like, it's tough enough. If I'm not mistaken, the Packers finished 11-6 and was the 7th seed in the conference. So, like, it's one of those things where if you don't start strong, it's not looking good, and I don't see them starting strong. So that's the main reason why I got them finishing where I have them finishing. I think Love will be decent this year, but I think it's going to take us some time for him to get his guys back. Unless Golden is that guy. Golden could offset everything. But as of now, I'm going off what I know. I got to have them coming in at 4. At number 3. And this is tough for me because
oh man.
It's tough for me because on the previous episode, I was talking about I'm high on this team again. But it's like, as much as I dislike Detroit, I can't just flat out disrespect Detroit. So I got the Bears coming in at 3. I got the Bears coming in at 3. I do think they're going to have a good season. I think that they'll kind of replace the Packers. Like, let's just say the seeding ends up how it ended up last year, where there was a 15-2, a 14-3, and an 11-6. I see the Bears being that like 11-16.
Okay.
Like I do think they take a step. They got Ben Johnson in the fold. Now I think Caleb is gonna be good. I think the defense is gonna make enough plays. I thought the defense was good last year. Offensively, they just struggled dramatically. And a lot of times when you struggle dramatically offensively, it takes the wind out of the sails of the defense.
Huh?
And so I think that now that they have a stable coaching staff over there, right? Head coach, coordinator, I think they'll be better offensively and that'll help. But Detroit next year, I hate to get them props, Joe. I hate to get them props, but I will. I'm gonna be honest. Detroit this upcoming year, they are healthy. They're getting their guys back, right? Right. They're getting their guys back, right? You know, Jared Goff is a pretty dang good quarterback. I'm interested to see where he falls on the top 100. I don't think they've mentioned him
Nope.
yet on the top 100. So I'm
Yeah.
interested in seeing. My guess is probably around like 15, 14, which is kind of crazy. But I'm not too mad at it because Goff was like in EVP conversations for a chunk of the year last year. So,
Real quick on that. I hate the fact that they make the votes in freaking like November, December.
yeah, that's weird to me.
Yeah,
That's
go
very
ahead.
weird. That's very weird to me. And what's interesting about that, not to veer left, is they got Hurts at 19 before the playoffs, bro.
Like think about it. And Gar was above him.
Hmm.
Hurts elevated in golf.
Yeah, he fell apart.
Go ahead, my bad. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Thank you, golf, for the Christmas gift. It was an early one, but we appreciate it.
You're hilarious.
That was
You're
a late one.
hilarious, man. But yeah, like their offense is still going to be potent. Now, one thing I am kind of like the biggest reason why I don't have Detroit number one is because you don't have your offensive and defensive coordinator, and so I got to see how that works coming into
Ooh.
this season. Those are two obviously big losses. I would know as an Eagles fan when you lose both coordinators in the same offseason, that's usually a problem. And then when you have a coach like Dan Campbell who is just like,
Cuss.
go for it. Just be aggressive. Like you really need a really good play caller in there. A guy that really know how to scheme it up in those moments because him going for it in certain situations could really make or break your season. It could really make or break where you fall in the standings if you don't have a good play caller, scheming it up to get guys open, right? And so that's the main reason why I don't have them number one. I think they'll be great. I think they'll still make the playoffs. I think they'll be formidable. But I'm going with the Minnesota Vikings this year to win a division. And I know we got somebody that's a part of the R2O community that don't like JJ McCarthy. But I think I'm ready to take that step
Ooh.
and go all in on JJ McCarthy with KOC in this offense. Now, the Vikings have some injuries that they're dealing with too.
Yes.
Right? They got Jordan Addison on suspension right now. He's not going to play for the first 3 or 4 games this
Three.
season. First 3 games this season. So you're going to be missing him. Jalen Naylor is also injured right now. So you got a couple top-notch receivers and a couple top-notch options that you won't be able to get the ball to right away because they simply won't be on the field. But you still got Jettis.
He hurt too, though.
He hurt, but they say he should be good by week 1. They say he should be fine by week 1. But
Okay.
but he is dealing with that hamstring. But so I'm assuming Jettis is available week 1, right? You still got TJ Hawkinson. You got an incredible, I think KOC is one of the best coaches in football. I don't think KOC is talked about enough, especially when it comes to, I didn't see him scheme it up with Joshua Dobbs. And I know Sam Darnold had a really good year, but it's Sam Darnold, man. Like I don't know if he's really that good. I guess we'll see this year in Seattle if he's really what he was this past year. But he schemes it. He makes the quarterback job easy. And you got a guy in JJ McCarthy who has a cannon of an arm, is mobile, can get outside of the pocket. You got a defense that can get to the passer, right? You got a solid secondary. They got my boy Isaiah Rodgers over there now. Like I like and then their defensive coordinator, one of the best defensive coordinators in the league too. He really know how to scheme it up. And so and throw exotic looks out there and just fluster you. And so I'm looking at the Minnesota Vikings as a team that defensively, I think they got better this offseason, honestly. I think they got better this offseason. And then offensively, you got a couple injuries. But if the defense can hold water the first few games and give JJ McCarthy time to find his groove within the offense, KOC schemes it up, gets the ball to Jettis, gets the ball to Addison when he comes back from suspension. Naylor come back healthy. You still got the run game, Aaron Jones in the backfield. I think the Vikings take the division this year. And I'm saying right now, I think JJ McCarthy has as good of a year as Sam Darnold did last year. I think he has a great year. I will. It's to the point where I will be shocked if he didn't. I will be shocked if he didn't have a similar. I think he's gonna have a very similar year. So I got the Vikings finishing number 1, Detroit number 2, Bears number 3, Pack number 4.
Sam Darnold had 4,319 yards, 35 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 102 QB rating, winning 14 games, 14-3. Ooh, that's high stakes for a first
watch,
year player.
watch what JJ McCarthy do, bro. Now he
Okay.
might not have the passing yards as much because he gonna run some too. Like
Yeah, he
it's not gonna
will.
be like a Lamar, I don't believe, or a Jalen
Let's do
Hurts or
combined.
a Jaden. Yeah. So I think so with him, you might have to do a little total yards.
Mhm.
But I shout out to the guy. I'm not sure what his name is, but he did. I think either a Vikings panel or he was on the show talking about the Vikings.
Mario.
Mario, shout out to Mario. JJ is a winner, bro. Seen it in
Hmm.
college, and I think he's in the perfect situation to continue to win, bro. Like, like you have an offensive line that's already intact. You have a reliable running back to hand the ball off to. In my opinion, you got the best receiver in the league. And when Addison comes back, he low key one of the best number 2s in the league as well. Like people sleep on Jordan Addison. He could play.
Hmm.
Hawkinson, top 7 tight end in football. Your head coach, in my opinion, you can make the argument. You can make the argument top 7, 6, 5 ish.
Yeah,
Your defense is. I mean, the team is.
in the regular season, yeah, he's up there.
Yeah. Like the team is. What they call it. My old boss called it a perfectly furnished apartment. All you just gotta come in here. All you gotta do is come in here and live, bro. That's all you
Okay.
gotta do. You got all the furniture you need. All you gotta just come in here. Don't make a mess.
Yeah,
So
and
that's how I see it.
it's funny you gave Mario a shout out. He just tuned in on Instagram. Make sure y'all go follow the Puncher's Point. He's a boxing guru.
Oh
All
yeah,
right,
I
so
like to
make
hear
sure y'all
that.
tune in down. All right, AJ, you surprised me with the Bears.
I
I
know.
was for sure you were going at least 1 or 2 with the Bears.
Yeah, I know. I
All
know.
right, but like you said, with the NFC North, this is by far the toughest division we have ranked for myself
hmm
so far. I wouldn't be mad at anybody or surprised if any of these teams finish first, second, third, or fourth.
mm.
I wouldn't be surprised. All these teams have the potential to be one. They all have the potential to be 2, 3, and 4 if they play their like. They all got the potential. The Bears got the potential with Ben Johnson, new head coach, new like you said, new regime, and
hmm
Caleb is talented. That team is talented. They're just putting it together. We all know about the Lions. The Packers are a very talented team. Both sides of the ball. They gotta put it together. And then the Vikings. You got the number 1. But
hmm
me, number 4, the Bears, man. I'm sorry.
Mm.
I got the Bears at
Wow.
4, bro. And this is why. They're gonna go through some growing pains. They might hit a stretch. They might hit. They might start streaking
hmm
like as the season go, but to start off, it's gonna be rough. First of all, they start the season off against Minnesota. Let's start there. That's the first game of the season,
hmm
and it's Monday night. And then they go to Detroit right after that. like
That's tough.
so, and then I mean I'm laughing at this team. I think they could whoop this team, but then they play Dallas. But you gotta respect that. You know what I mean? They gotta play Dallas.
Yeah.
So
Is it in
then
Dallas?
in Dallas.
Oh yeah,
Then they
that's a tough
no
one.
no sorry this is it's in Chicago.
Okay. Okay.
And then they play the Raiders, and then they play us in Washington. You know, so like on Monday night. So like, and they got an early bye week. They got a bye week in week 5, which is early. I don't know what. So that might be good for them. But I got them going through a slow start. This whole, Ben Johnson trying to fit his system into Caleb Williams situation is going to get them a slow start. Ben Johnson, he want to do everything under center. If you watch the Detroit Lions, they went under center a lot. But Caleb Williams, everything is in shotgun since college. Everything in
Yeah.
shotgun.
Yeah.
So we saw on the first play when they play the Chiefs. By the way, Mahomes might be back, bro. He might be back.
I saw, yeah, I saw. I definitely saw. I definitely saw. Like, all right now, all right now,
He might be back.
all right now.
Yeah, dude, crazy right now. They throwing the ball far. But anyways,
Yeah,
Caleb Williams first play in that game try to do a jet sweep and muff this basically fumble the ball because it's from under the center. It's different. So
right.
they're gonna have some growing pains early in the year. But they're very talented. Like I said, they have the potential to actually win this division. So but I'm gonna say they were losing. And then like at the end of their schedule, it's tough, AJ. This schedule pretty. They got the my God, I didn't even see this. They got us, Saints, Ravens, Bengals, Giants, Minnesota, Steelers, Philly, Green Bay. Then they got the Browns, Green Bay, 49ers, Lions. They got a tough schedule, bro.
That is ugly. I ain't gonna
They
lie.
got a tough schedule, bro.
That's ugly.
So I think the whole North though schedule is kind of tough. The finals were last year, so they got to play all the last place teams. So I got them at 4. Number 3, the Green Bay Packers, man. Sorry, man. With Jordan Love, I need to see it to believe it, man. Jordan Love is not consistent.
Yeah.
When I was a Jordan Love guy. His first year starter, he started off cold, but then ended the season hot. And then last season, it was just like a roller coaster. And I get it, he dealt with injuries. But I'm sorry, man. When people say they deal with injuries, they don't mess up your decision making. I'm sorry, man. Like some of them interceptions he threw were just like, what are you doing? And then we see him in the playoffs. He was hurt, but he still looked horrible. His decision making sometimes is questionable to me. He's very talented though. But you got to be a great decision maker as a quarterback in the NFL to be a really good. Look at all the great quarterbacks; they are good decision makers. This is how it is. So in Jordan Love, he has all the talent. And Mike Tenenbaum, whatever his name is, I appreciate you, bro, because you high on the Commanders. But get off the Green Bay Packers horse, please.
He just keeps talking, bro.
Did you hear where he's at?
Yes.
No, I disagree with him. He disrespected Philly. They said, what teams are threats to the Commanders? Nobody outside of the Packers? What? He said, if you make a draft, you would draft Jaden Daniels right now, if not Jordan Love. Stop bringing up Jordan Love with my guy. Stop doing that. What has he done? Beat the Cowboys? I mean, who haven't done that in the playoffs? I'm sorry. What did he do? Jimmy Garoppolo did that. Come on now.
He loved Jordan Love, bro. It don't make no kind of sense. And I like Jordan Love too, but come on now.
It's to the roof.
Oh my goodness.
Even Adam Schefter said, I mean, he want to pack us so hard, he just need a cheese head. That's what he said, something like that.
Pretty much.
Like, dude, you so high. And then it's funny, he said it so slickly, though. He like, anybody but Jordan Love. But like, oh, don't stop when you stop. What Kevin Hart said, you're not about to act like you did not just say that. Like, you're going to pause right there. What did you just say?
Right.
That's what he does. He like just ramble it real fast. So get off this man high horse. Let this man prove himself. You picked him to win MVP last year, and he laid an egg. His backup came in, and they went undefeated. And then he goes to the playoffs. He lost every division game except for the Bears, and then lost the last game in the season when he had a chance to make the playoffs. Had a chance to avoid Philly. Goes to Philly. Jalen Hurts didn't even play good, and they still beat y'all. Like, come on, man.
Because he played bad.
Exactly. He lost the game. The defense showed up, but you didn't.
Yeah, facts.
Jacobs showed up. Jacobs was running all over y'all. But he had 3 interceptions, bro. I was counting on y'all to win, but y'all lost. Let me move on. All right.
That's how I feel about Jared Goff. Like, man, I was counting on y'all to get the Commanders out of here so we can get that smoke. But
y'all handle business, though. Y'all handle business, so y'all,
Facts.
Kudos. Y'all the champs. Y'all the champs.
Yeah, you know how we do. You know what I mean?
Number 2, man. KOC and the Vikings.
Okay.
All right. So, no, don't get me wrong. I'm high on the Vikings, too. Not as high as you. I don't think J.J. McCarthy will have a good of a year as Sam Darnold, but I do think, as far as statistically, because they won 14 games. I mean,
That's true. The
they won
14
a
games
lot.
part does make it tough. I got you.
That's a lot of games they won.
That
But
point is fair.
and then also with the injuries early on in the season, not having Jordan Addison early on in the season. It's
I
your
just think
first year.
my
What?
bad for cutting. Can I want to clarify this take. I want to clarify this take
I
because
go ahead, go ahead, go
I
ahead.
do believe wins are a QB stat. I lie, Jalen Hurts fan, but I also want to say when I say he's gonna be as good as Sam Darnold, I mean like when you watch when you watch the two play or when you watch given what Sam Darnold did last year, and then Jason McCarthy comes in this year, you're not gonna be thinking about Sam Darnold and what he did no more. Is
Gotcha.
my thought process. Like it's gonna be like, oh no, it's like after this year they're gonna be like they have their guy. Now they might not
Mhm.
win 14 games. Well, I got them finishing number one, so they might. But like I don't think you're gonna be able to look at the Vikings and be like, if they're losing games because the quarterback not playing well.
I
I
got you.
don't. That is what. So that's what I'm saying. But my
Yeah.
bad. Continue.
No, I'm with you. I think he is the better option too to Sam Donald. Sam Donald clearly can't win the big game. That
Oh
was
my
his issue,
goodness. Yeah.
and we see that he's a product of the offense. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to. Sam Donald is pretty talented. That's why he was drafted high. But he see ghosts. I mean, it's a fact.
Yeah.
He said
Yeah.
himself. He sees ghosts. But what was that? So yeah, I got the Vikings at number two. Now the Vikings, I love their defense. I love their defensive coordinator. I love what they got going offensively. We all know Kevin, and I do think he gets enough love because people are confident in JJ because of Kevin O'Connell.
That's
Like,
fair.
like the problem with Kevin O'Connell, he has no playoff success as a coach. That's what he needs. He needs to stock up some playoff wins, and I think he'll be talked with the McVays, and let me say it, Siriannis. The Siriannis, you know what I mean? Like he can talk with the guys that have some playoff wins under their belt. You know what I mean? Dan Quinn. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, it was a championship game and the Super Bowl. And the Super Bowl. So now, but I think for what he has done in the regular season, he gets a lot of love. People respect JJ McCarthy off the back of Kevin O'Connell, you know. But I like what they did. They got Jonathan Allen, they got Javon Hargrave, um, who they added on the off season. They also resigned. Did they resign him? But Ginkle, Andrew Van Ginkle from the
Mm-hmm.
Dolphins. All right, that's a big move right there. They still got Byron Murphy Jr. So they're going to be an opportunist. I think they led a league in turnovers last year. Turnovers forced last year. They are very um, opportunistic defense.
Yep.
They don't got Gilmore. Gilmore was a big help for them last year. But I think they'll still be. They have one of outside of Philly maybe and the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
They have the most complete team in the NFL. Probably in the NFC. I would say. All right, so I got them at number two. And the other team I mentioned that has the most complete team outside of the Eagles, Detroit Lions. Everybody keeps saying, oh, they ain't got Ben Johnson no more. Oh, they ain't got Aaron Glenn no more. Both of their coordinators are homegrown. Both of them got promoted up. Both of them been around Ben Johnson. Both of them been around Aaron Glenn. They been there, done that. Now, I seen other guys that got brought up and they ain't do good. I understand that, right? But they still got the same personnel from last year. They also, like you said, defensively, they got guys coming back like crazy, including a guy who they had to make a rule for in practice, right? Oh my gosh, Aiden Hutchinson.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what it's called. They made a rule for Aiden Hutchinson that if he gets to the quarterback, continue to play like he never did it. That's how dominant he was
Sheesh.
against the Lions. Now, what I am worried about is the offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
They have new players on the offensive line, and when that's the case, you never know how that go. All right, they lost I think they got like three new guys on the offensive line, but they still got the weapons. They got Sam Laporta, Amar St. Brown, Jameson Williams, Jameer Gibbs, who will get first reps this time. Not Montgomery. Montgomery, I feel you. You did your part, but Jameer is better.
Yeah.
When we played the Lions, AJ, every time they ran with Montgomery, I was excited. I was in the chat like, run with Montgomery. Because he's just not as quick.
He not as quick, not as explosive, electric.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jameer Gibbs he has, bruh. He's one of the most talented backs in the NFL.
He like that. He like
Like
that.
he's like that. Every time he gets the ball, I feel like it's gonna be a home run. He
Mm-hmm.
make you miss. He got agility. He's quick, and he's not small. He's not a small back either. Like he got some thickness to him. So and they back for revenge. They gonna remember what we did to them. So I
Yeah.
got the Lions finishing number one.
This is the thing I'll say, bro. Now you brought up the first play of that preseason game against the Chiefs.
Okay.
You ain't talk about the rest of that preseason game. That boy
They
Caleb
scored.
Williams went. That boy Caleb Williams went 11 for 15, a touchdown, 113 yards. And
Uh-huh.
one thing I noticed, bruh, the biggest glaring thing I noticed, he looked comfortable, but most importantly, he had a lot of time back there, bruh. He had a
No,
lot of time back there, bruh. Now it's preseason, right? Mahomes only played like one possession, I believe. You know, did his thing, was up out of there. You know, I don't know how long the defensive starters might not have been out there for a lot of time. It might not have been the defensive starters at all. I wasn't there. I didn't see. But what I'm saying is, like, it may take time to get used to the system,
Mm-hmm.
but what it's going to boil down to is can that offensive line protect? And I think they have gotten enough offensive linemen to be better, to be a better unit this year.
Mm-hmm.
And is Caleb Williams the guy we thought he was coming out of college? If Caleb Williams is that guy, it's no way in this world they finish third. I don't care how hard, or fourth. I don't care how hard the schedule is, because they got weapons to throw to throw the football to. They got a great offensive coordinator that's gonna keep everybody in line, keep everybody's head on straight. Last year, bro, they start losing games just off of just. Bro, they lost games off of just stupidity, bro.
Yeah.
Like, just off goofy stuff. Like, what are y'all doing? You lose to a Hail Mary. You lose, not calling the
Lions.
timeout when you. I mean, come on, Thanksgiving Day. I mean, they
Yeah.
lost so many games off of just goofiness that the current coaching staff ain't gonna go for. And I
Yeah.
just think that Caleb Williams is better than what he showed last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think he showed flashes last year. I think he's much better than what he showed last year. I think he's humbled now. You know, because last year I think he came in as a rookie, kind of like. Remember, he told the punter, "You ain't gonna have to punt no more," and all this other stuff. Like,
I think he's
so,
talking. You talking the trash way, but go ahead.
say that again.
He was talking to our punter, but go ahead.
Oh,
'Cause remember, we went like weeks without
yeah,
punting.
right. That's you funny. You funny, but it's just like I feel like coming into this season now, I think his head is on straighter. I think that he got a better feel for the NFL. I think the coaching staff is going to help him out a lot. I think the defense is going to help him out similar to the way they did last year. I think he's going to be a lot more protected. So I think he'll play better. And like you said about Jordan Love, and I like Jordan Love. I think Jordan Love is a good quarterback. I don't think he's as great as what's his name says, like where he's like the best quarterback in the league and all this other stuff. He
Yeah.
ain't that good. Mike T, he ain't that good. But I think he's a pretty good quarterback. I'm concerned about them. Like we talk about the Bears starting slow. I'm really concerned about the Packers starting slow with all those injuries at the receiver spot. Unless Jacobs just take over to start the season, and Golden is that guy. You know what I mean? So I'm iffy on it.
See, that's the thing.
It is my bad for saying it. And I
Well,
know
well.
it's weird. I know it's weird for me to say because I'm backing up the Vikings, and the Vikings got receiver injuries and suspensions. But I just think I'm higher on JJ the defense and KOC than I am on what the Packers. And I like Matt LaFleur too. But I think I'm higher on Minnesota than I am Green Bay from a coaching standpoint, from an organizational standpoint, from an overall team standpoint. So that's kind of how. But if Detroit, like you said, if Detroit finished number one, it wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me. But I got to see how they adjust with two different offensive and defensive coordinators.
Yeah, it's just a lot of questions. Yeah, it's a lot of questions with each team. And then one thing about Green Bay that I do like with the whole receiving thing being hurt, outside of Philly, they threw the ball less than anybody else in the NFL last year. They lean on Josh Jacobs a lot. So they are a run first team, which will help their situation a lot. Which still bothers me why Jordan Love have all these picks. You know, like I'm confused.
Right.
That makes it even worse. But and then the Bears also, I just could see the Bears starting slow. Remember the Lions before they took off?
Yeah.
That year they started slow when they lost to y'all in the first game of the season. And then at the end of the year they won like 7 in a row. It was something they got hot. I can see that being the Bears this year.
That's
Like
fair.
they come like next year the Bears coming. Like we
Yeah.
see a switch, and out of nowhere they start winning games.
Yeah.
You know, because that's what it looked like with Ben Johnson. Like, because he's trying to fit his, and I think a great coach can adapt to his QB, and I
Yes.
think that's what he needs to do more. I'm not saying he's not doing that more because I don't know what they're doing behind the scenes. But what
Right.
I'm hearing is he's trying to fit Caleb and what he was been working for him. He's making Caleb do that, and I like that somewhat because you said it. He showed flashes, right? He's talented. He just needs structure, and that's what
Right.
Ben Johnson is trying to do. But you got to let the flash happen too, though. You got. You ever watch Gory Road? It's like,
Yeah.
coach, you gotta let us. Come on, I can't throw behind the back. Come on,
Right.
man. Let me.
Right. Right. Let me be
Like, we're
me.
gonna run your stuff, but you gotta let me be me in your stuff.
Facts.
And that's how it is with
Facts.
Caleb.
That's fair. That's fair. But
Let's get it.
man, y'all know we got to get to the